If you've been dreaming of owning your own home, then learning about personal finance is essential. Now, whether you're starting to save or looking to refine your financial strategies, this video has something for you. So I'll break down the steps into manageable chunks and then provide actionable tips that you can actually start today. Now, the importance of setting financial goals. Setting clear financial goals is really just your roadmap to home ownership. These goals are what's going to help you stay motivated and focused on your journey, especially when it gets hard. Now let's break it down into short-term, medium-term, and then long-term goals. First up is short-term goals. And these are goals that you aim to achieve within about the first year. For example, saving a certain amount of money each month specifically for your home fund. This might also include improving your credit score, paying off small debts, or just trying to boost your financial health. Medium-term goals are goals that you're going to set for the next 1 to 3 years. And a large savings could be saving up for the down payment for the home. Now, another goal for this 1 to 3 year period could be something like increasing your income through a side hustle or being able to advance in your current career. Long-term goals. Now, these are goals that span 3 years or more. This could be like getting prepared for the ongoing costs of homeownership, such as maintenance and property taxes or potential market downturns. Planning for these long-term expenses ensures that you're not going to be caught off guard once you become a homeowner. By defining each of these targets, you're going to be able to create a structured plan, and it makes the whole process less overwhelming. Now, setting these financial goals not only provides a clear path, but it also allows you to measure your progress and make adjustments along the way as you need. This sort of approach will help you stay on track and you can make steady progress towards your dream. Now let's look at the steps to realistic financial goals. And what's really important to understand is that the entire process is about steps. It's not just taking the big leap. So let's take a look at the steps to create realistic financial goals. Start by just assessing your current financial situation. Just take a real good look at what your income, expenses, debts, and savings actually are. The initial step is really important because it gives you a clear picture of where you actually stand financially. So to start, you're going to want to calculate all income sources and see what that equals monthly. You want to track all of your monthly expenses, and that includes rent, utilities, groceries, transportation, entertainment, and any other recurring costs that you expect each month. And then you want to identify discretionary spending that can be reduced or eliminated total. Then you want to total your savings and your investments if you have any. That way you can really understand your total financial situation. Then we're going to want to determine your savings targets. Once you have a clear picture of your finances, you're going to want to determine how much you need to save for your down payment and any other home buying expenses. For years, it's been said you have to have 20% down payment for a home, and you don't have to. There's a lot of loan programs that could get you close to even 0% down payment. Now, that may not be the financial thing that you want to do, but there are some cases it totally works. So don't think that you can never buy a home until you have 20%. First, you want to contact the loan officer and see what your options even are. And for many people, if you start saving today and wait until you have that whole 20%, you could possibly miss out on some really good opportunities. And don't forget to factor in closing costs, moving expenses, and you want to make sure you have some sort of buffer for those initial home repairs or furniture if you need to. Next is going to be setting achievable savings targets. Breaking down your savings targets into monthly goals. For example, if you need to save $40,000 over the course of 3 years, you should aim to save about $1,100 per month. And this makes your goal more manageable, and it helps you track progress more effectively and allows you to celebrate the wins along the way. One of the things that could help is using tools or apps that help you stay on track with your budgeting. There's budgeting apps that can help you manage your finances. And these tools offer things like expense tracking, goal setting, financial reports, and it's just one way to keep you informed and motivated along the process. One of the most important things you can do is actually create the financial plan. You want to draft a budget that allocates a certain portion of your income to your home savings fund. Make sure that you regularly review your financial plan so that way you know if you're on track. And it doesn't just feel like you're on track, but you can actually see right in front of you that you are or are not on track. You want to make adjustments as you need, just based on changes of important expenses that you can't really escape or changes of income. By following these steps, you'll have a solid financial plan that not only prepares you for buying a home, but it actually strengthens your overall financial health. Now, here are some of my personal finance tips for aspiring homeowners, or really anyone that just wants to be able to get on target with their finances. Managing your finances effectively is important. That way it keeps your options open later. And here are some tips that will help you get ready for a significant investment, like buying a home. First is create a budget. A well-planned budget is the foundation of good financial health. Track all of your expenses, and I mean all of your expenses. People like to leave out little things that they don't like to admit are ongoing expenses. Like if they actually buy food along with their morning coffee, it can add $5 every day. And if you do that Monday through Friday, that's $25 a week, which is $1,300 a year. And if you remember our $40,000 goal over 3 years example, well, $1,100 for a month. So if you just add food every single day, realize that that might be 1 month of your entire savings goal, which may be something that you're okay with or not, but you have to include it. Let's pretend that food is actually $8 a day. That's $2,080 per year. So yeah, I'd say it's important to include all expenses that you can think of. And I'm not one of those people that's just saying you have to cut out all your coffee. Doesn't make any sense to me. My point is, you should just know how much all of those choices cost and add up to. And then you can decide what's important to you. Can you remove them, or are you just going to have to increase your income? It's up to you. So all expenses that you can think of should be put on this budget. Then you want to categorize your spending into areas that you can actually cut back and put aside a certain amount for savings every single month and treat it as if it's a non-negotiable bill. Number 2, build an emergency fund. An emergency fund acts as a financial safety net. Aim to have 3 to 6 months worth of your living expenses. And this fund can cover unexpected costs like medical emergencies, car repairs, a sudden job loss, and it ensures that you don't dip into that home savings. Next is going to be paying down debt. High levels of debt can hinder your ability to save for a down payment. Focus on paying off high interest debts like credit cards. Reducing your monthly debt to income ratio not only frees up more money for savings, but it also improves your credit score, which is going to be really important when you actually apply for that mortgage. Number 4, improve your credit score. Your credit score significantly impacts the mortgage interest rates you qualify for. Check your credit report for errors, and you want to dispute any of those things that are actually not true. You want to make sure you pay your bills on time, keep your credit card balances low, and then avoid opening new lines of credit months before you're going to make a home purchase. 5, save for a down payment. There are loan options with lower down payments. Aiming to put down 20% can help you avoid that PMI, and it can reduce your monthly mortgage payments. It can also help you be more competitive when writing an offer for a home in certain housing markets that have some competition. Make sure you set up automatic transfers to your savings account so you can ensure that you consistently put towards your down payment. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, because we're going to start making some videos with some of the nation's best lenders, and we'll keep you up to date with the best information. Now, not all mortgages are created equal. Research different types of loans. There's fixed rate, adjustable rate, there's FHA loans, VA loans. There's a lot. There's tons more that I don't even have time to list now, but you just want to understand the pros and the cons and what you can qualify for. Getting pre-approved for that mortgage will help you know how much you actually can afford, and it will show sellers that you're a serious buyer. Number 7, consider future costs. Home ownership comes with a lot of ongoing costs, such as property taxes, homeowners insurance, maintenance, and just general repairs. You should factor all of these expenses into your budget so you can avoid any financial surprises when you buy a home. By incorporating all of these financial tips, you're going to be a lot stronger and in a better position to buy a home and manage the associated costs effectively. Now, avoiding common financial mistakes is super important. When you're going to buy a home, navigating the home buying process can be tricky. A lot of these financial mistakes could be avoided if they had proper planning, or if they were working with an agent who was good at educating them about the entire process. Here's how to steer clear of some common pitfalls. So the first is not getting approved for a mortgage. Skipping the pre-approval process could make it so that when you find a home that you want, you won't actually have enough time to get pre-approved before the offers are due. The pre-approval gives you a clear idea of your budget, and it shows those sellers you're a serious buyer. Most importantly, it lets you know how much of a loan you can actually be approved for. It can be really disappointing if you think you can afford a home, you go, you visit it, your heart is set on it, and then you find out because you used an online calculator that when it comes to putting in an offer for the home that you really want, you're going to find out that you may not even qualify to purchase it. Number 2 is overestimating what you can afford. That goes along with getting that pre-approval. It's really easy to fall in love with a home that stretches your budget. And there are a bunch of different rules that finance gurus will tell you that you should use in order to know if you can afford a home. One of those examples is the 28-36 rule. And in this rule, it says your monthly mortgage payment should not exceed 28% of your gross monthly income, and that your total debt payments should not exceed 36%. This helps ensure that you're going to be, comfortable paying your mortgage along with other expenses that may come up. I do like rules as guidelines, and there are a lot of different rules, and sometimes it can be confusing who to believe. However, in some markets, you just can't really afford a home with those certain rules. So you should start with one of those rules that makes the most sense to your situation and what your future is, so you can live a life that you want. And the third pitfall is draining your savings. Don't use all of your savings for the down payment and closing costs. Keep a reserve for emergencies and those initial home expenses like moving costs, new furniture, and unexpected repairs that could add up quickly. 4 is ignoring additional costs. The cost of homeownership goes beyond the mortgage. You have property taxes, homeowners insurance, maintenance, and utilities, and all those things should be factored into your budget. Research these costs in your desired area so you can avoid surprises. Number 5, skipping the home inspection. A home inspection can uncover all sorts of hidden issues that could cost you thousands in repairs. Always invest in a thorough inspection and consider the findings of that final inspection. If there are major problems that are found, you might be able to negotiate the price or require the seller to make repairs. It really depends on your market. In markets where there are less competition or that home has been on the market for weeks or months, as a buyer, you probably have a lot more leverage to have the seller fix those things or give you some sort of credit. In areas that are really, really, really competitive, it can be harder. And in the San Francisco Bay Area, what I see a lot is people buying homes with no contingencies, which means they're not having the seller do anything. And a lot of times they're not even getting inspections, which if you have a ton of extra money and you don't care, great. But it can also come back to bite you. You can find out the foundation is bad, that the plumbing is terrible, that there's problems with the electrical. Homes might look nice, but then when you get inside the walls, you might find there's tons of problems, which are usually repairable, but how much is it going to cost you to get there? Number 6 is making those large financial changes right before closing. Avoid making significant financial changes like changing jobs or making large purchases on credit right before your mortgage closes can actually cost you that home. Lenders usually will recheck your credit and financial situation right before finalizing the loan, and any significant changes could actually jeopardize your approval. Number 7 is not considering future resale value. Think about the home's future resale value. Factors like your location, neighborhood trends, and potential for appreciation of that home could influence your decision. Now, even if you plan to stay for long term, there are some circumstances that can just change. You just never know. And you really want to ensure that your investment holds its value. An example of this is you buy a beautiful home in a new development, but there's a lot of land right behind your backyard. Is there a chance that the zoning allows for commercial properties to be built? So all of a sudden in 10 years, you're living by a gross glue factory that looks like the final boss scene from an action movie? Avoiding all these financial mistakes will help you make smarter decisions, and it'll give you a smoother path to financial success. Avoiding these 7 financial mistakes will help your path be a lot smoother, and it'll help you make better decisions on your path to successful homeownership. So you've got your finance tips and you've got those pitfalls to avoid. Now we want to know mindset. Staying motivated and disciplined during the process can actually be hard. So here's some tips to keep you on track. First, keep visualizing your goal. You maybe even create a vision board, a digital slideshow, save some pictures in your phone, whatever you have to do, so that way you can think of that dream home that you're looking for and the lifestyle that you can envision. Regularly remind yourself of that end goal so you can keep boosting your motivation in the times that you kind of want to stray. 2, set milestones and celebrate the progress. Break your overall savings goals into smaller milestones. If you can remember short, medium, and long-term goals, each one of those 3 can be broken up into more milestones. And celebrate each achievement, whether it's saving your first $1,000 or reaching your halfway mark to your $40,000 goal. These mini milestones can really keep your morale high. 3, automate your savings. Set up automatic transfers to your savings account. This ensures that you consistently save a portion of your income without having to think about it. Treat your savings like any other recurring bill. 4, track your progress. Use a spreadsheet or budgeting app to track your savings and financial progress. Seeing those numbers grow can be really motivating. Adjust your plan as needed so you can stay on target. 5, stay accountable. Share your goals with someone who will offer you support and keep you accountable. Regular check-ins can help you stay focused and committed to your plan. Next is educate yourself. Continuously educate yourself about personal finance and the home buying process. The more knowledgeable you are, the more confident and motivated you're going to feel. Attend workshops, read books, watch videos, subscribe to this channel, All these things are going to help you stay informed and stay motivated through the process. Now, next is stay positive and patient. Understand that saving for a home, it's a marathon, not a sprint. There may be setbacks along the way, but maintaining a positive attitude is going to help you be patient and help you stay the course. Now, remember, every bit saved brings you closer to your dream home. By staying motivated and disciplined, you'll be better equipped to reach your financial goals and achieve homeownership.